Good afternoon. This is Ray Press for the Contraferta newspaper. Here in San Jose, downtown in California, in the United States. It's around to 12:45, 50 minutes before 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So, today's in the latest news from the President Donald Trump, who is in the business trip all around the Asia. It was in Japan. And also he was in Malaysia too for the peace treaty. And also was today is in South Korea. And also in Japan, with the new Prime Minister Sanai Kataichi. And one other thing about the President Donald Trump is dealing about the new tariff, for the most closest allies, which is Japan, but also South Korea. Is dealing for the 15% of each one, so which is very good for them, because it's not it's gonna deflate, all the items come from those countries, like in Japan and South Korea. And tomorrow, President Donald Trump is going to be in China. Probably he's visiting to the president, China's President Xi Jinping. In order to deal with the tariff. The tariff was went up on more than 100%. On top of that, with 25% more, maybe 120%. But it's gonna be a meeting, with President Donald Trump. China requires, deal with those new tariff, made by in the forward for the November 1st on Saturday, which is not good for the China's businesses, and also coming to the United States, it should be a really high and very expensive. China is trying to deal with diplomacy, but it's up to how they're going to deal with those tariffs coming from President Donald Trump's new policies tariffs. And after that, secondly, is the Fed Chairman Jerry Powell. He's today announcing, this is a few minutes ago, maybe not even half hour. The new Fed interest rate. Beginning tomorrow. Is the new rate. It comes from right now for 3.75% to 4%. From the beginning, from the 5% to 5.25%. This is for the President Trump was asking for the reducing the Fed interest rate, and right now is the Chairman Jerry Powell is coming up and announcing it today. That's a half hour, and effective for tomorrow, October 30th. And today is October 29th. But what's going to happen? So when the Fed, interest rate goes down, it will affect the mortgages, personal loans, commercial loans, and everything. But it also is gonna affect also the employment. It could be, it will help, because those persons going down, and then it will help, for the unemployment rate, so people, so largest corporations ain't going to employ. But the thing is, right now is something strange, something happening for the largest corporation, like a Target, Target, announced it, a few days ago, that they was going to lay off 1,000 employees, corporate and overhead employees. Later on, it's Amazon. Amazon was the biggest one, and it was like more than 20,000 employees, or 43,000, employees, it's gonna, being laid off. Right now, they're talking about 14,000 and something. It is it's also it's a contradiction, you know, because it's right now this is coming up the holiday season beginning on Saturday, you know, is the Halloween time, October 21st. Yeah, and the thing is, the economy, you know, is making a balance for the unemployment, you know. So usually every single season, holiday season, you know, it's thousands, hundreds of thousands all around the United States. All the largest corporations and stores, department stores, you know, they employ, you know, the new people for the season, also starting in October and going up to maybe January. Yeah, so thousands and hundreds of thousands, you know, the people are employed for this natural and traditional holiday season for beginning from Halloween, Thanksgiving Day, Christmas, and ended up on the New Year's. Happy New Year 2026 is coming. But the thing is, for the unemployment rate for the last 6 months was 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, which is good. You know why? Because for the economy as a United States, it is 5%. It was set down in that way. So economists, you know, traditionally, you know, every single 10 years is an economic crisis, but it's a different, you know, economic crisis, but also, you know, for the COVID-19, it changed much. But we have to know, yeah, you have to know, you know, the economic crisis, it doesn't come from now. It comes from 2008, from the Great Depression, economic depression in 2008, and when the President Obama in 2000 assumed the office, the White House office, you know, it was in the struggle to come back and emerge more strong than ever, as he says so in his first State of the Union, yeah, as a President of the United States. Yeah, it's been how long? 15, 17 years, but in 2020 came up another, like you know, the COVID-19. Yeah, this is a worldwide, you know, health emergency, the pandemic, COVID-19. It killed many people, yeah. But the thing is slowing down the closing economy, but it also, you know, is the closing economy made, you know, what economic crisis. So the unemployment, the millions and millions were laid off until the vaccine emerged, you know, on December 20, and it started the comeback, you know. From the rear to the front, you know, it was a million. It was a titanic, you know, task. Yeah, one of the most ever assembly, you know, what things, you know, of you know, the make nurses and doctors in order to save people in the general full vaccination for all American people in all around the world. No, President Trump, you know, was ending in January 19, his last day as president for his first term, and emerged, you know, the former President Joe Biden for one term for 4 years. Another titanic job in order to vaccinate all Americans in all around the world. More than 2 billion vaccine doses, yeah, were delivery in a split for all the nation, which they cannot afford it. But after that, you know, the thing is, the unemployment was up and down. Yeah, inflation, it went up for the house in February 25, 2022. Yeah, with the Russian invasion. Later on, you know, it comes, you know, what the Middle East is still, you know, they are dealing for the peace. They signed the treaty of peace. They were agreed, but still, it's kind of hard. You want to still stop 100%, you know, hold up a ceasefire, but they're working on it. Yeah, but the thing is also that the Ukrainian war is going to be for 40 years. Yeah. But also President Donald Trump, you know, is trying to, you know, to stop that war, you know, as soon as possible. But still, they are dealing on both sides, Ukrainian side and the other side, the Russian for President Putin and the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. They are trying to deal. Should be this year. We don't know for sure. But like I said, going back to the Fed, you know, to the Fed's new rates. Yeah, it's 0.75% and 4%. It will help. It will help a lot. Why? Because the personal loans, commercial, and also mortgages, it will going down. But it's slowing down. It's not going to be from overnight. It's going to help, but not now. It's going to be maybe through the overtime. And probably there's a possibility this is the last one, but we don't know for sure if it's going to another reduction of the Fed interest rate. And the last and third one subject is the SNAP. Yes, the closing, the Federal closing, is it's gonna hit, on November 1st. And on November 1st, all the SNAP people who has, the food stamp, the former food stamps, and it's gonna be really hard. With more than 42 million people is gonna be affected. Now, families, people who is dependent on the food stamps, it's even more, no? It's because between the Republican and Democrat party still they are back and forth. They have already voted more than 13 times. Yet still they can agree in order to reopen the federal government, budget. Why? Because they still not agree. They have to deal, the senior senator, Chuck Schumer, has been declared to have to deal, with the Democrat Party in order to reopen it. It also, the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, is trying to do his best, but it's on the Senate. The Senate was $5 short, 5 votes short. Sorry, and even the John June, the head of the Republican majority of senators, in a very emotive, speech, in Congress, they say, we have to, get in the break point in order to reopen, the federal shutdown. And we'll see what's going to happen, because they're going to affect, also federal employees, and we still have time. It's still today's Wednesday, October 29. And we had Thursday and Friday, which is a lot more. It has 48 hours more before arrives Saturday, November 1st, which is a holiday day, for this day. For many people, especially for Hispanic people, but also all around the United States. Hopefully, it's gonna be solved, the impasse, and solve this problem for the closing, and those 42 million people who's depending of the SNAP or the former food stamps and the EBT cards, can be available by November 1st. And I believe that is everything for all for today. And reporting for la Contra-Oferta newspaper, Ray J. Perez, San Jose, downtown California, United States. And remember always, California makes great America. California hace grande América. Recuerden eso, ¿ok? Bye.